Right. Let's get back at it. But here's the awkward possibility. Let's say, however little is left, is actually going to take us 2 to 3 hours. Now, shouldn't. But let's say it does. That won't get finished tonight. That was my thought going into the break about whether we should end there. Pulled out a heating pad. See here. But I'm a little worked over in the chair. It's not just from that fight, but that fight set it off here. I was stressing. I might have looked patient. I might have been patient enough to get through it, but it took its toll. So let's see. Talk to Kimball about Fultist's children. Right place.
You have it coming.
I believe there's been a misunderstanding, my lord.
Get out before I call my guards.
And what might I convey?
Nothing.
Baron, sir, you gave your word.
For the last time, out! Tend to this matter.
Who was that thug I passed in the doorway?
He's of no concern to you.
People like him sometimes do stupid things.
Did I ask for your opinion on the matter?
The convoy carrying Anais and Busi was ambushed. Why?
I'd like to know that myself.
I've seen your letter to Horst Lubbock, the one in which you ordered him to abandon the planned route.
Nonsense. I sent no such letter.
You're lying, Baron.
Watch your words, Wanderer. One nod from me and my people will riddle you with arrows before you can use any of your witcher's tricks.
What are you waiting for?
To hear the details of your slander.
The letter bears your seal and signature, Baron.
Where is it?
I have it.
Show me.
What lousy options? We could show him without handing it to him. It's keep it or give him an opportunity to snatch it. Promise you'll give it back now.
You'll have to take my word.
The word of a wandering monster slayer means nothing to me. If that's the situation,
Guess we're at an impasse.
I've said all I have to say. I wrote no such letter.
Words come cheap, Baron. I'm finding it hard to believe you.
I care little for what you believe. If this letter exists, we are dealing with a forgery. Whoever
Here
is
we are.
behind this has crossed a Temerian noble and will be duly punished. My scribe will test the letter and confirm what I claim.
All right. I'll see what this scribe has to say.
There are objective means of examining the letter's authenticity. I promise to pay you well for learning the truth.
The truth does taste better when payment's involved.
Be the scribe or go to Natalis. Charge Kimball with the crime.
Kingslayer.
Marker meant to be
Dog
back
catcher
where he
with a-
was. In here.
The king of
Drunker than a bard.
reagents.
Won't get anything out of him. Maybe There's something about testing letters in his notes.
Calling me sauced? Nah, I'm clear of mind, like a corn. Young alchemist!
Record of Mary Louisa Lavallette's interrogation. Preparations were completed without interruption. Louisa Lavalette remained silent throughout. In accordance with custom, the unkind master presented the tools he would use. The Baroness merely clenched her teeth and observed a dignified silence. With the initial procedures completed, I began the interrogation proper. I asked the subject questions from my Lord Baron's list. However, I failed to extract satisfactory answers. After consulting the unkind master, I decided that the subject was not fully ready. We then placed her upon the rack. After some time, I asked her my Lord Baron's questions again. Joachim Pyle, bailiff.
Light, quench, shit, rinse. Young alchemist, do as you order. Adacid to water.
I don't know any of these substances. Best not risk.
Usually
destroying the
used
letter.
means
Maybe there's a formula for
torch,
that.
candle.
Describes notes.
But that's what we needed.
How did it go? Light, quench, shit, rinse. Thus you will the facts evince. To read the truth by lies deformed, guano into piss transform.
Let's hear that again.
How did it go? Light, quench, shit, rinse. Thus you will the facts evince. To read the truth by lies deformed, guano into piss transform. I need to make the substance that will bring out the dye and apply it to the letter.
So, looking at our options and thinking back, we'll read the notes again, but add guano. Is it the only guano? Okay. Warm and add oil. Add burnt lime. Heat capture vapors. Douse with water. That could be the last step. Add water to the flask. Heated copper to the flask.
How did it go? Light,
Light.
quench, shit, rinse.
Quench.
Thus you will the facts evince.
Fire, put it out.
To read
Guano.
the truth by lies deformed, guano into piss transform.
Light and then quench. Sounds kind of like that. But without any prep. I don't know. Anybody know the sequence? I don't have a brain anymore.
How did it go?
Light, quench, shit,
Light,
rinse.
quench, shit, rinse. Thus you will the facts evince. To read the truth by lies deformed, guano into piss transform.
Sounds like quench. Kind of sounds like quench. Add water or, heat and then douse with water. That sounds more like quench. Light, Warm, add oil. Eh. So, because I don't actually see it. So rather than just take a total stab at it. Burnt lime. The first step. Anybody else get that from Light? Add the lime, add the water, add the guano, and then do the heat the flask, capture the vapors, and douse them with water. Alright, so just add all the ingredients and then do that. Am I overthinking it? Doesn't matter what order we're adding them in.
A bit of water.
Douse, then shit,
Everything's better with a dash of burnt
and then rinse.
Wait for it to dissolve. I need to add burnt lime to the flask, then quench it with water. Add bird guano to that, heat it, then capture the vapors and run them through cold water to obtain the final substance. All right, let's try this on Kinvolt's letter. I need to make the substance that will bring out the dye and apply it to the letter. A little burnt lime. A bit of water. Everything's better with a dash of bird guano. Wait for it to dissolve. Smells like piss, but it worked. The sheet's orange, not blue. The letter's fake. Kimbolt had nothing to do with this.
Water quenches lime like beer quenches thirst.
Water quenches lime. He's saying it in his sleep. Now I can connect some of the dots. Ah.
You were right, Baron. The letter's forged.
Of course I was right. I would never seek to hurt Boosie. Bastard or not, he is still a child. Your payment, Witcher. I want you to look into another matter.
What would it involve?
Count Linus Maravel. You've heard the name?
Young, capable, handsome.
Yams.
Yes, all that and more.
Proven.
And he's ambitious to a fault. Right after the Temerian delegation arrived in Lochween, his people began visiting the Nilfgaardian camp regularly.
Are you suggesting Maravel's a traitor?
We are all entitled to communicate with the ambassador without chagrin and openly, as court and diplomatic protocols allow. Yet the Count's multiple messengers, the letters traveling to and fro, it reminds me more of a complicated courtship.
You're curious to know the content of those letters.
I want you to learn the Count's plans. The man would sell his mother to please the Emperor. Find out what Maravel's messenger is carrying. If treason is involved, you must alert John Natalis. You will be generously rewarded, I assure you.
How do I locate this messenger?
Look for my man Aldrich by the fountain here in the camp. He'll point the mage out to you.
You need a witcher to do this?
Do not underestimate Count Maravel. He does not employ common scoundrels, and I don't intend to either. Hieronymus Lash. Sound familiar?
A pretentious, invented name. Belongs to a bard or a mummer, I'd say. But you wouldn't need my help with either of those, so I'll venture a guess. Maravel entrusts his correspondence to a mage.
I knew you were suited to this task. The magic barrier placed over the city mutes all forms of high magic, preventing Lash from contacting Shillard remotely. He nevertheless remains dangerous. During the times of the previous conclave, I believe he was caught practicing black magic. He faced execution, but that louse Maravel saved him.
Regardless of what we tell him, should we
All right,
actually
I'll
get
look into
involved? We want to do this.
My lord, we know where they are. What are your orders?
Bloody wonderful day. Assemble your men
Bloody
and resolve this
wonderful.
once and for all.
Gather your gear.
Shit
We're off
balls.
to hunt.
Don't piss him off, Geralt. This ain't the place. Be careful setting the controller down.
It's you!
I think we have more than an hour left. Yeah. And I've got a heating pad behind me here, but
It's you!
what happened to light quench shit? Rinse, it was lime. And in his sleep, he was saying, water quenches lime. Like beer quenches thirst. Something like that. Yeah, and the letter was a forgery. So, that makes sense.
It's you!
Lime. Anyways, lime, water, guano, and then heat it, capture the vapor. And it was a forgery. But in all seriousness, if we need 2 hours to finish this, we need to save it. We just picked up another quest line, and NPCs like to go on for 5-10 minutes at a time. You put the lime in the coconut. Drink 'em both up. Drink 'em both up. I don't want to be. I don't want to go through the rest of this game stressed, even if it's short. It's no way to be. It's no way to be. Especially if it gets worse. If I end up oh man. I already took something for it, and I stopped taking meds after the surgery and all that a while ago. You might just last till the end. You might. I'm not sure I will. That's the problem right now. Sure I will. Wish I could remember. I'm not asking you to spell it out. I wish I could remember what was left. Remember, not get a list, but remember what was left so I could make a judgment call. That it doesn't feel like I'm flying blind. KG, bedtime for you. Good night. Good night. Sleep tight. There's a lot going on right now, Bloodwolf. There's a lot figuring into this. The decision is a physical manifestation. Is born of physical manifestation right now. But there are compounding factors. Yeah. Wish there was a cure for stress. If only there really was. No, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up because I'm gonna be a mess going into the end of this game. And whether it's 30 minutes left, fine. Or 2 hours left, I'd rather take the time, listen to the NPCs instead of squirm while they're talking. So I hope you'll excuse me that. need to wrap this at another time, which will be Thursday. We're gonna switch over to Horizon. I kind of like to wrap up the year playing one of, if not my favorite games from this year. We've got an NG Plus going on Ultra Hard in Horizon. My favorite combat systems, I think, in any game. We won't be looking to finish it in a few days, but I think we'll play a few days of it. Maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think we're going to finish this at the beginning of the stream on Thursday. And I am going to go lie down with the heating pad. Sitting here with the heating pad, trying not to make things worse. I need to be making things better. But I'm sorry for ducking out on you here. We got almost 5 hours. And
It's you!
it's you! We've had to deal with only 4 for a couple streams already, recently. The last thing I want to see happen is that trend continue. Thank you. So, we're gonna wrap here. Let me see what's going on. Twitch, can we drop in on someone? You heard fidget spinners help relieve stress. Mia sent me a game on Steam hand simulator. Looks like, how about a fidget spinner simulator? Do you think that would work? Do you think that would work? One can hope. All right. We've dropped in a few times on Iceman lately, and we are going to again. I know many of you know him already. If you don't know the Iceman Cometh, please check him out. Consider dropping a follow over there. But he's switched games. He's over to Watch Dogs 2. I haven't played either Watch Dogs game, but he's playing it, and we're going to drop in over there. And I will see you all on the flip side. Thank you so much for joining me today and putting up some of my bullshit, but I think we're almost through. It always takes longer. It always takes longer. We've gotten 5, 6, 7, yeah. It's okay. So we'll finish this Thursday and start something else Thursday. I'm gonna go lie down. You have a good night. Stay tuned. Didn't come out right, did it? Don't stay tuned here. But Iceman will be incoming in a minute. See you soon. Bye.